Hi, I'm Ray,
And I'm Mervin.
and welcome to Toshi Talks. So today we'll be sharing a little bit about enrichment classes, our thoughts, our experiences, and just our general take on that lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mervin, I know you are a bit of a tiger dad. So how many enrichment classes do you send your kids to?
Okay, so I've 3 daughters, right? So I think for my youngest, she has the least. Maybe I think for her it's 2 only. So she does gymnastics and she goes to this thing called Higuru, right?
And how old is she again?
She's 2 years, coming 3.
3, okay.
Yeah. And then my eldest, she does quite a bit. I think all in all, maybe about 4 to 5. And then my second one also around there lah. Yeah, 3 to 4. Yeah.
Right.
So, but my eldest is, I think she does Chinese tuition. She does some math stuff like math enrichment. And then she also does sports in terms of gymnastics, netball, and climbing. So 5, in total.
Music? Any music or
Oh
arts
yes,
related?
piano as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one, okay lah, yeah lah. It is.
Counted leh.
Yeah,
It's counted.
Yes.
Right. So pretty much
Oh,
the
and
same.
she does swimming. But then the swimming one, right, is like because she's trying to get the swim safe thing lah.
I
right?
see.
Yeah. So
So you want to minus that off the list?
yeah, soon hopefully. Yeah, but she's not really like going competitive at it. Right? So we're just talking about just general enrichment, and these are the ones. Yeah.
I see.
Correct,
I
yeah.
see. And what age did you like start your? Let's talk about elders, right?
Yeah.
Because she's 8 this year.
Yeah.
So
she's
primary
this year.
2.
Yeah.
At what age did you start? For
Yeah.
her? Yeah.
Well, okay. So I think right, we really started when she was like 6 months. So I think
Whoa.
there's this like Chinese thing. I mean, specifically Chinese lah, right? There was this it's called 成都 or something like that, where they essentially sing some songs, do some stories,
Right.
drama, and then I mean, honestly, I don't know whether she absorbed anything at all, to be very honest. But I mean, I think first child, right, a bit more kiasu.
Okay.
Yeah, so we also just felt like, okay lah, we don't speak Chinese much at home. So why don't we at least put her in some program that she gets a bit more exposure?
Right.
So that was our logic.
I see.
For the elders.
Because of that, I think it makes sense because
Yeah.
you know that eventually when she goes to primary school,
Yeah.
she needs to speak Chinese,
Sure.
and when she
Yeah.
starts to read and write, right?
Correct.
So your take on that is probably like you want her to get early exposure,
Yes.
lah, right?
I'm giving you the sheepish look because I know you don't really send your child. So then that means what? You don't want her to get, I mean, you don't want them to get exposure, man. So what's yours? What's your story?
Mine's a bit different. I came from a Chinese secondary school and my parents are Chinese speaking.
Okay.
So we made a very deliberate decision that when we have our kids, I will speak Chinese and my husband will speak English
Okay.
from birth.
Yeah.
And my mom is also the primary caretaker when I'm at work, and she
Okay.
speaks Chinese. So my kids do have quite a bit of
Exposure.
exposure to Chinese.
Yeah.
Of course, I sometimes will mix lah, but I think it really helped with at least cultivating that bilingual skill in them. That being said, my take on enrichment is that maybe because surprisingly,
How many did they go for first and foremost?
Okay.
Yeah.
1, and it's swimming. If you count that as an enrichment, because just now you didn't
correct,
count, right?
correct.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
and I only sent it because she asked for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't
So
even
nothing
think
to do
about it.
with the fact that you wanted them to pass the thing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's also because of my upbringing.
Okay.
Like my parents didn't put me into any
Right.
enrichment since young.
Oh.
I asked for music. I play the flute. So I saw a flute advertisement on TV when I was 11. I said, Mom, I want to learn the flute. And that's when she's like, okay, you want to learn, then I send you. And then a lot of the sports and skills that I picked up in later years, in my teens and 20s, I did all of that when I was a little bit later. And I realized that, well, this is my personal opinion, that it's okay to learn all of that a little bit later. Yeah, which is why then I guess my husband also, he grew up the same way. He didn't have any enrichment classes.
Right.
So both of us are pretty much on the same page, and we thought that no need to so kiasu at the start lah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, actually, that's a very interesting point that you brought up because it almost seems that, okay, so one factor obviously is how you were brought up and your own experiences. I mean, okay, to be fair, I wouldn't say I attended a lot of enrichment when I was younger either. I mean, the usual lah. The tuition is kind of like to catch up on work lah.
Yeah.
But I think when we were much younger, I mean, we're both millennials, kind
Yeah.
of, and
Kind of.
kind of, and yeah, it was. I think okay. I think back then enrichment wasn't as like mainstream.
Right,
yet,
right,
You know,
yeah.
I don't think it's as I mean, it wasn't that available as compared to today. And the second thing is, I suppose then, so one is how you were brought up, but second also is maybe when your children see something, because you said you saw something on the TV, right? The flute, right? Yeah, so same thing like when our children sees something, some activity that their friends are involved in, or some medal that their friend won or something like that, they might feel like they're missing out.
Okay.
Or like, you know, can I try that as well? Because
Right.
that has happened as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So do your children ever like say like, hey mommy, so and so does this thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so she's like, oh, my friend goes for art class.
Oh, okay.
And then like, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you can do art your own way.
Yeah.
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 And I mean, that's an interesting take, right? I think
Yeah.
different parents have different takes
Yeah.
on this. Like, I feel like she's coming from a place of FOMO, fear of missing out, that, oh, my friend goes for this class and it sounds fun, so I want to go. But I don't know if she's at that age whereby she's able to discern, is it just a FOMO or am I truly interested? Right? And for swimming, because since young we brought her to swim for fun out by ourselves, and I know she loves the water. So when she was 4 and she told me she wanted to learn, I was like, okay, yeah, fair. I know you love it and I know you will enjoy, so I'll gladly send you for it. But yeah, I'm also curious, like, what's your take? Do you think like, for yourself, did you go towards the approach more of like, okay, I expose to my kids as many enrichment classes as they can, and then if they really don't like one, then I'll drop it? Or you kind of think that for some types, maybe it's okay to wait till later to let them voice out?
So, okay, for me, I think I would say, okay, 80 to 90% is because we are pushing it on her. And then maybe 10 to 20%, sometimes she does say, I want to try this thing. So, yeah, but nowadays less so. For my elders, but my middle one still has things that she sees and then she's like, hey, can I try this? That kind of thing. Yeah, so for us, it really was about exposure, right? I'm saying this in a very like kind of loop. Okay, because in retrospect, when I look back at it, do I feel like that exposure has really resulted in anything? I can't say definitely that like, yeah, I can see something tangible.
Right.
And most of these things are intangible anyways. It
Yeah.
could be just character building or just their growing up years and development, right? So I think, yeah, it was really about exposure. But certain things was because we were genuinely scared. Like the Chinese thing. Like really that one is like genuinely, oh, if we don't send, then she'll drop far behind. So let's do that. Right. And then, but then again, I mean, if you really break it down also, like how is that gonna, like hour and a half session gonna really help?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? You get into that mindset of like, okay, yeah, I do, you know, what hour and a half better than nothing leh. Yeah.
In a way, yeah, especially for both working parents.
Correct.
How are they going to fork out the time to
exactly.
support the child?
It's true.
Other than,
But someone might fairly say like, hey, but then if it's an hour and a half, then just take some time to speak Chinese at home lah. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You kind of want to outsource, but we'll talk about that later. So I think for me, then the like some things is because of necessity. So we feel like she needs to, for example, the swimming one, she needs to pass. Yeah. So then that's why we send her for that one. Then the others is really just like, okay, there's another aspect as well. So for the sports ones, I think we're sending her there because we feel like we kind of want to build up a sense of like understanding of what teamwork is.
Right.
Yeah. And also an understanding of what it's like to need to do something and go through some pain to experience victory. You know, like competitiveness, yes, but it's more of that
To train up the
yeah,
grit.
yeah, teaching you like you need to farm in order to get the crops,
Yeah.
essentially. And if you don't farm, then yeah, you can be super talented, but
Right.
as you know, it's just very unlikely that you get anything in return. Yeah, I mean, you get anything out of it. Sorry.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. So that's it's a few different things, like the
Mm.
exposure, the teaching of these like kind of values, I suppose, and life lessons, and also the last part is just because we feel like, oh, she needs to pass something. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I think a lot of parents approach enrichment in
Yeah.
a similar way, right?
Yeah.
Whereby it's quite all-rounded.
Correct.
There's education,
Yeah.
there's that sports and physical
Yeah.
active component, and then there's also the arts side of
Yes.
things.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I'm also curious. Like I know a lot of Singaporeans parents send their children to learn piano classes. So why of all instruments like piano?
Okay lah. I mean, the one hard to answer, but
Okay.
I feel like piano very versatile, right? Because I mean, you learn the keys, and I don't know. I'm not so I didn't learn the piano ever.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have this mindset that like that if she learns the basic music kind of
Theory.
theory
Music theory.
on piano, and it's just easily accessible. I mean, so is a guitar, but I mean, the truth of the matter is, I don't know. I just feel like there's many use cases. Okay, so the other thing is also like obviously if she learns the piano, she could potentially play for church or whatever, that kind of thing lah. So
Okay.
there's uses lah in that
I
sense.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, so the thing is, I was gonna say, she I think for her, enrichment is something that she kind of goes through, right? But also, I mean, so she learns from it, but also for the parents' part, I mean, full on, kind of confession, right? It's just that we feel like we didn't really know what she's good at.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they are really young.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess some people have kids who they can spot very early what they're good at. So then it becomes a very simple, like, okay, let's just send them to swimming.
Right.
Okay, let's just send them to whatever, like basketball or whatever, right? Whatever sport. Or maybe just a math Olympiad. So let's just focus on that.
Yeah.
Right. So then lucky you, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case. But we just didn't know. So that's why we also, just with every parent, right, we kind of a bit, kiasu, right? And like just want to find out like, okay, what's she good at? And then when you send her to something and then she doesn't quite pick it up, and like, oh, okay, maybe we should swap it, right?
Oh, okay.
So then if you don't do that early in life, and then when you go to school, you don't have the time to like send them to multiples, right?
Like no time for trial and error.
Correct. Exactly. The trial and error period. So that's why also I feel like that's why we started getting into this whole enrichment thing. Although we've stuck with quite a lot of them, but she tends to like these ones a bit more. So yeah, we're like, okay, just still stick with it. But I do know that I've spoken to some friends who are like, no, I kind of choose one or two only, or one only, because like I just really want them to. You can still teach the same values and life lessons with just that one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And fair game. It's true. I agree with that as well. Yeah.
Similar approach. I think that's also quite similar to how I think. Like, I feel like a lot of the life lessons will come in other forms. Yeah, and that I rather I cultivate that myself as well as much as possible. And I feel like she will be able to have exposure to that when she goes a bit older lah. Yeah. I'm also curious, right? Like your eldest has 5 to 6 times 2 two kids, that's 10, and then there's like your youngest one has 2 to 3, that's almost like 13 or so, right? Like how do you find time to, I guess, manage, coordinate, and also like like you said earlier, it's not just sending them there and then that's it, you wash your hands and just do your own thing.
Correct.
Right? You still have to practice with them and all that. So how do you find time to do all that?
So good question, and also I mean, I think the okay, so in terms of logistics, let's talk about logistics first. I think in terms of logistics, it is challenging, I would say. Well, for us, or for me, lucky for me, I mean, most of the time I'm working from home, right? Because we run our own business, right? So that's easy. easier lah, but it's still kind of disruptive from time to time. But you probably need helpers help also to send things around. You need very good coordination.
Oh, for
So you
sure.
kind of need to like, okay, let's look at what's around the area, and then like let's try to time their enrichment so that we're able to drop off one,
Yeah.
then go pick up the other, that kind of thing lah,
Wow,
right?
it's a skill
Yeah, it's a whole schedule lah. But
Yeah.
I'm not the only one lah. I know of friends who are doing the same thing as well. And again, I mean, if you're fortunate enough to be able to, I guess take out time from your daily schedule to send them, or have a support system around, whether it's grandparents or helper, then it makes things a bit easier. Yeah, but that's just one part of the equation,
Right,
logistics,
right.
right? The other part is as you rightly pointed out, is the aspect about like you send already, there's follow up lah, right? And what I've really learned and what I really feel like people should like at least kind of like take note of is when you send your child to enrichment, like when my children go to enrichment, they have homework and they have things that they need to do or practice, right? And if you don't spend the time actually doing it, the actual value that you take away from that single hour and a half doesn't quite.
It's not optimized.
Yeah, it's not optimized.
Right.
It's not even about optimization, right? This is not even about like milking the enrichment, right? This is just about like, is there any value in it or not?
Right.
I mean, so she like if she goes for say Chinese tuition, for example,
Okay.
there's always homework, right? And if she doesn't do the homework, then she doesn't get to practice what she says, because how much can the teacher really cover in an hour and a half, right? Same thing for a sport also, like, so she can go for climbing, for example.
Okay.
And like, yeah, I mean, they don't want to push them too hard also during the classes, right? It's just like exposure, climb, have some fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but then it's just like that, right? If you want to take it more seriously, you have to put in the work, lah.
Right.
Yeah. So I know my middle one, she goes for like berries.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's work, right? And sometimes she just doesn't do it because she doesn't know how to do it.
Okay.
And and then I felt like I didn't see much improvement. Yeah, over time. And then that's when we decided, okay, no, wait, something needs to change. And she needs to actually do her work. Yeah.
So then how did you handle that after that?
Okay, so that's my
For Chinese
Yeah,
alone.
I mean that's one of my gripes about enrichment. To be honest with you, is that I feel like in a general sense, and I think this is something that there's some truth in it. We send our children to enrichment because we want to outsource learning in a way. Yeah, I mean, we send to school because we have to, but you are also outsourcing learning, right? When you send to school, but so when you're outsourcing this enrichment, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to send my child there, and then, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to send my child there, and then that's it lah, right? But no leh, because when they come back and then they are trying to do the homework, and then I tell her, okay, Mia, can you please do your berries, for example, right? And then she's like, okay, but I don't know how to do, right? And then she'll like, I don't know how to do, and then she'll kick a bit of a fit, and then I'm like, okay, I'll help you, right? Like, okay, let me sit down with you and do it. I thought this was supposed to be an outsourced activity, but then I have to do it in the end.
Right.
And then like when I'm trying to do it with her, I also don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I mean, okay, maybe I'm an anomaly, but yeah, okay, so like my grasp on Chinese isn't that, like, I mean, it's just wasn't quite there to begin with, and then now it's even worse. Yeah, and then it's just like, I can't really help her, right? So it's just one of those things where I feel like it's a big pain point lah. Like a lot of these enrichment classes, the homework that they give the kids, right? It might be super duper challenging in general. And if it's super duper challenging, then you're kind of forcing the parents to have to intervene and sit down with the child to do it. Yeah. Or you're either that, or you're forcing the parent to set aside time for the child to do it on their own. Yeah, but a lot of times cannot one. Yeah. It's one of those situations where even for English, right? My eldest would ask me, hey, what's the meaning of this word? What's the meaning of that word? I mean, she doesn't have access to the internet. It's not like us. Everything, ask Claude or ask ChatGPT, right? Or Google. So like she doesn't have. So then I mean, of course, we can say just go and look at the dictionary. Yeah,
Yeah.
but can you please remember the time when our parents asked us to go and look at the dictionary? We're like, okay, never mind. You know, that kind of thing. So it's kind of one of those situations where I think enrichment, right, has to be when you send them and you really want to get the most out of it, you also need to be ready to realize that it's not a complete outsourced process.
Right.
Or either that something needs to change on the enrichment front. They need to make it a bit more kind of independent. I mean, in the sense where the
Where
kid
it's
can do
fully
it.
outsourced.
Yeah, the kid can do it in the independent way without having to.
Right.
Yeah. Because sometimes the work really quite difficult.
Wow. But then in that case, I mean, every house also different, right? Like just like how Chinese, it's a bit difficult for you to support.
It's true.
Yeah. So
But
I
it's
think
the time though. It's the time. Like I can sit down and chances are figure out what it is that I need to, what the correct answer is and stuff like that, and kind of reason out how I can guide her through it. But it's a lot of time, right?
And also there's the element of like you are actually questioning yourself, hey, am I actually teaching the right way?
Yeah,
Am I teaching
correct.
the correct
Oh,
thing or
yeah.
not,
Fair
right?
game as well. Yeah,
Right. I mean,
correct.
sometimes I do
Yeah.
wonder
Yeah.
about that as well. And even like math, like sometimes my daughter asks me this question. I'm like, okay, this is how I would do it. But then if I were to show her my working and then she does this in school, will the teacher accept it or?
That's why.
Yeah.
It's a real thing lah. But yeah lah. So anyway, I think really that's why we also scaled back and we're thinking of scaling back, etc.
Okay.
Yeah, just because like we also know that if there's no time for one of us at least to sit down and kind of do it with her, then the effectiveness is really just like, I use the word effectiveness in a very like pragmatic sense, but you get what I mean lah. It's like the child might not and will not like get that
much out of it.
Yes.
Right. I think it might be enrichment class specific. For example, say swimming. There's only a swimming pool.
True.
So if I send her for swimming,
Yes.
she can only practice there and then.
Yes.
But this is, I realized as you were sharing just now earlier, it's also coming, how do I put it? Meaning, it depends on how serious you want to take it as well, right? Is it just for leisure and exposure?
Correct.
Or if you level up, it's like, wow, she's quite good at it. There's some talent there. I want to nurture a little bit and potentially send for competition. I think knowing that and having clarity around that is also important so that you don't just simply chiong for everything and then you know which one you can just pull back on.
Yes, there's definitely some truth in that. That if you want them to do competitive, then obviously it takes a lot more homework that needs to be done. But see, when it comes to your actual subjects, right? You are going for a competition, it's called PSLE lah, right? And so there is no real cap to this. It's like, you just need to keep learning.
Until 12 years old.
So for sports, you're right. Yes, you can hold back. But even then, so I got a big shock. So so she used to do swim classes, and like have fun. And then we sent her for a trial class at one of those like proper centers or whatever that actually does the certification.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh no, she's not even there. And we're like, how really? Yeah. There's a lot of things she's not doing that well and everything. So they do assess it to a certain level of competency that's needed. Yeah. So there's that lah. But of course, if it's really just really for fun, then okay, yes.
Right.
That's fine. Yeah.
Right. I know because for primary school they do have that test. So I think around that age, then that's when we know that it has to be taken seriously. But I guess prior to that, it depends on your take on it lah. Yeah, correct. Was there anything else you wanted to share as well about enrichment?
Not really. I guess just that was the main thing lah, really about making sure that there is some follow through after the enrichment.
Right. And then we don't just purely send for the sake of lah.
Yeah. Hopefully it's been insightful kind of sharing.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, this is our experiences. You might have your own experiences, but
yes, so we're also curious to find out, right?
Yes.
Like how many enrichment classes do you send your kids to? Write them down in the comment section below. And also, do you have any gripes around enrichment classes in general? Like any pain points similar to what you've shared, right? Do you really also wish that it's a fully hands-off approach, or do you think that it is right for enrichment classes to kind of do it in a more collaborative, like expect parents to do it collaboratively with the kids as well. Yeah. So yes, share them down in the comments, and I guess
Drop a like if you like this.
Yes.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yes. And I guess that's it for today.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.
See ya.